I'm all bundled up, but we are going to be expecting snow here in the next few days, and so I wanted to try and address something in the chicken coop. The ground in our chicken run tends to get mucky, really muddy and sticky and nasty with any kind of weather, quite frankly, other than when it's freezing. Then it's just cold and frozen. So for the sake of trying to keep it from getting muddy with this round of weather we have coming, I'm going to try and do a quick fix. So I am all bundled up. I'm outside today. So for the sake of time and money, I was trying to think of something that I could use that would not take up too much of either of those resources at the moment. So I was talking to some friends that also do homesteading, and I had asked what their thoughts were. We have a huge compost bin in our backyard, which I think that you guys have seen on more than one occasion, but we still probably should do a video on it. And that's typically where I dump our bedding that comes out of the coop. So I think that I'm going to try and see if I can repurpose some of this bedding to put into the run to keep it from getting muddy. So here is the compost that we have, and that's kind of like leftover chicken bedding. I'm gonna have to sift it through. This side does have kitchen compost in it, but this side should not. This should just be bedding. So my initial thought was, can I repurpose used chicken bedding for the run? Okay, because I know that there are health concerns and issues with like breathing that chickens might get from kind of living in their own waste, obviously. But I was assured that with it being out in the run where there's plenty of ventilation, it's fully exposed to the elements, that won't be much of a problem. It's more so the concern of used chicken bedding sitting and accumulating in the coop where there isn't quite as much ventilation. So this isn't going to be the do-all, end-all. This isn't our goal. Our goal was actually to purchase sand to put in the chicken run, but we just haven't gotten to that point yet, and I just don't want muck and mud and wetness for the poor chickens to have to be walking on. So this is going to be my quick fix for the time being. Now I will say, I clean out my chicken coop at least once a week, no more than once a week. So for the most part, which we are starting to get a little bit more smart about this and how much bedding we use. But for the most part, it's not always entirely that dirty when we even clean it out. Or there's certain areas in the coop that they will use the bathroom, and then there's others that they don't. And we tend to just clean out the whole thing regardless. So some of this bedding actually has hardly ever been used. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean out the coop now here and empty what's in here out into the run to try and cut down on some of that moisture issue. Majority of the stuff that was on the compost pile is frozen, surprise, surprise. So I ended up just cleaning out the actual coop and just putting the bedding that was in the coop in the run here, and it covered most of the space. I'm not going to put anything directly underneath the coop, because that stays fairly dry and they like taking dust baths down there. But I went ahead and I put this in. I'll show you guys what it looks like. I filled it with I put some scratch down for the chickens, so it's a good day to be a chicken. There's a decent layer here of, oh no you don't. She tries to escape every time. So there's a decent layer here of bedding, so it'll help keep it from getting too muddy. I do need to fill some more back in the corner there, but I'll probably do that next time I clean out the coop. they look happy. And hopefully this will cut down on the mud. So I'm going to stick with this for a little while, and then come spring I'll just clean all of this out, and that'll be fine. But for the winter, with the ice and the water and the snow melting, I think this will be much better in the long run. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to sharing more with you soon.